Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the August 19th meeting of the State Board of Education. Welcome, and I want to thank the Department of Education and the board members for the quick turnaround. I know you didn't get the agenda to late yesterday, and that meant there was a lot of hard work that went on yesterday by the department members getting the agenda ready for us, and we appreciate that. And thank you, board members, for your hard work last night, studying and doing what you needed to get ready for this morning. And it has been a busy week in education for teachers and students. Schedules are getting worked out, and kids are transitioning back in, and routines are being set. It's just a busy time in the school, and this is Thursday of the first week, and there are a lot of tired teachers out there this morning, and a lot of tired educators and principals, and want them to know how much we appreciate them. So as you think this morning, think about them and thoughts of strength and being able to make it this last day or two before the weekend to refresh and renew. And I think so far we've had a fairly smooth start, and so we're grateful for that and thankful for that also. So join me in a moment of silence this morning. All right, thank you. Well, are there any changes to the agenda this morning? Okay. We don't have anything on the consent agenda, so we will move to the action agenda.
Madam Chair, could I just want to make sure for the sake of attendance that I've got everyone, and I think I have, I've seen Ms. McFetridge, Dr. Rankin, Ms. Woods, and Ms. Post. Mr. Sutton, could you give me a verbal sign that you're present? Mr. Sutton, can you hear us? All right, could I get somebody from my team to check with Mr. Sutton and make sure he's connected? All right, we can go ahead, Madam Chair. We want to make sure Mr. Sutton is on with us. I see his, oh, there he is. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Sutton.
Okay. So we're all accounting for then. Okay. All right. Our first item on the action agenda are the 1240 digital learning applications and waivers. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Tally Harp. I'm with Public School Accountability. We have 4 applications to present today. Osceola and County Line School Districts are new applications. Carlisle is requesting to add K2 to their approved plan already, and Wynn School District is requesting to add Edgenuity as a digital content provider. So do y'all have any questions for any of these districts?
Let's see online. Ms. Woods, did you have questions for any of those 4? It was Osceola, County Line, Carlisle, and Wynn. Any questions for any of those 4? Okay, you won't let her unmute. If you did have questions, you can type them in, and okay, she didn't have any questions. Okay.
All right, I'm good. Sorry, thank you.
There you are. Okay. Okay. All right, Dr. Rankin. Any questions for those 4? Okay. All right, Ms. Post. Any questions for those 4? She can't unmute either. Dan, is there something going on? Yeah, Dr. Rankin and Ms. Post both said it wouldn't let them unmute either.
There we go.
There she went. Okay.
No, I just wanted to say when I was reading Osceola's that I appreciated that the teachers who were teaching virtually are being given an extra period.
Okay. All right. Ms. McFetridge, any questions for those 4?
No, not at this time. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Sutton?
No questions.
Dr. Hill? Dr. Moore?
They were sent the link.
Is Win on the line or on Zoom? Is there anyone from Win on?
I have a list of people that are attendees that are not panelists like y'all are. They're attendees. So I would need a name to someone allow us all.
Ms. Smith, do you know a name?
So,
Jump off there, there's no.
so that seems to be, the link was a webinar link that was sent to folks. And
Okay,
not
it's Kenneth Moore just said he's on, but he can't answer. So, Dan, can you get it where he can answer?
He should be good now.
Okay,
Can
try.
you hear us now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay.
I'll have to have their names or I can go ahead and just tell everybody that's in this attendee section to put them over whichever way y'all like me to do it.
Okay. All right. Thank you for joining us, and we just had a couple questions for you.
Okay.
Good morning. I noticed for your 6 to 12, you've moved it from Virtual Arkansas to Edgenuity, and I wanted to hear a little bit more than you explained in your letter as to why that change is being made.
One of the reasons is our sixth grade we're actually a middle school setting. And so we've got 7, 8 in the building with them. And so sixth grade, if they could be a part of the same plan, that would be a lot more beneficial for our certified interventionists that are going to help with the program. Also, it would free up 4 more seats for our K through 5 that's through tri-regional. And we are almost maxed out in our K-5. And so we would like to have the ability to move those seats we reserved in that sixth grade down and then have our buildings all doing the same 6 through 12.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is Edgenuity primarily asynchronous?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
We
And
can watch the progress as the students are working, but yes, it is asynchronous learning.
what type of support do you have for those students when they have questions or need tutoring?
We have hired a total of 4 interventionists so far. We do have another one that we are looking at that has reached out to us to be an interventionist for math. And so those interventionists, currently, we could use them to be support for the families and students as a liaison and then if a specific content was needing more support, they could be a person that could reach out to that teacher. Our high school staff have 90-minute prep periods. We went back to the block so we could provide more time. And so last year they had 45-minute prep. So we feel like there's another 45 minutes there that would allow them to be able to help if needed. We've also added in some advisory periods and enrichment in high school that those teachers have another 30-minute section. Junior high went to a 7-period schedule, which allows for longer periods. And so our interventionists that are in there can also have more time as needed.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That's all the questions I have.
Okay. I had a question for Osceola. Is there someone from Osceola on the line? Osceola? They don't have a line? Okay. Okay, so do we want to just take a few minute break and let you send links out and then we'll come back? Would that work? Okay, All right, I know it's early for a break, but I'm paying you back for all the days that I didn't give you a break, okay? And so we're going to take about a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and we'll make sure everyone has the correct length this morning. restrictions.
I can't hear you.
All right, if you're with a school district, it would help us if in the chat you would type your name and what district you are from, and that will help us make sure that you have audio this morning. If you're with a school district that's on our agenda. Win, yes, we've talked to Win. Any other school districts that are on our agenda, if you will type your name and the district that you are from, that would be very helpful in the chat. Is there anyone on from Osceola? Okay. I don't want to hold it up for my questions. I just wanted them to tell me a little bit more about they've got some teachers that are doing dual roles, and just explain to me a little bit more about how that was working. But
Well, if you'd like to put them to the side, and maybe we can come back to, we can get them on, and go ahead and do the three that we don't have questions about, hold Osceola, go ahead and do Mr. Johnson's charter schools, and we'll try to get somebody from Osceola on.
okay,
And then we can come back to them.
okay, all right, that'll be fine. So the ones that we don't have questions on, and board members, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but right now I'm seeing no more questions for County Line, Carlisle, and Wynn. Is that correct? Okay, I'm seeing nods. So, are you ready for a motion for those three then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. County Line, Carlisle, and Wynn. Do I have a motion for those digital learning plans and waivers?
So move.
Okay, I have a motion from Dr. Hill to approve. We have a second.
I'll second.
Seconded by Dr. Moore. All in favor? Board members, do you still not have audio? Okay, all right, so we're going to have to wait because the board members can't speak, so we're going to have to wait. I don't know if thumbs up counts, so. So I think we're going to need to wait. Ms. Woods, you could tell us if thumbs up would work on a motion.
Wilbur Mills is here. The host requested I speak.
This is Rachel Blackwell from Pulaski County Special School District. It keeps asking for me to unmute as well, so I'm here.
Well, I'm muting back. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
I don't know. All I know to do is click. Board members can't talk.
Yeah, we need to make sure our board members can voice their votes. If we can't, then we're kind of stuck.
That board member.
The attendees are unmuted, but panelists.
I just got the ability to unmute.
Okay, great. Me too. I think we're in now.
Okay,
Why don't we call roll? And
Ms.
that way-
McFetridge, okay.
I think we're good now.
All right, there's Ms. Sutton. Ms. McFetridge, can you speak and give us a sound check?
She can't. Okay. Still nothing on Ms. McFetridge.
There it goes. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good, thank you.
All right. Ms. Post, Ms. Post is still not.
It's toggling back and forth between, like, 10 seconds ago I had the ability and then it switched back. So we might be fighting the battle some more, or I don't know.
Okay. All right. Dr. Rankin, she's saying no. Dr. Rankin is no. I think we just probably need to call roll, and that way we can hear who is and who's not.
Okay, now I'm in again. It is
Okay.
toggling back and forth.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ms. Woods?
No.
No?
Oh, there we go. I'm here.
So I guess they need to stay unmuted, maybe? I don't know. Okay, will it let you stay unmuted?
Yeah, so far.
Try that.
So far. Hopefully my dog won't bark.
That's okay.
That's okay, we don't mind.
I have a baby in the background, so that could be fun.
Okay, that's okay. All right, so 1, 2.
Okay, so maybe we try to go back to the vote that we couldn't take and
Yes.
see how we
Okay.
go from there.
All right, so we had a motion by Dr. Hill and seconded by Dr. Moore for County Line, Carlisle, and Wynn to approve those digital learning plans and waivers. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passed. Okay. And Osceola, are you on? Okay, he's getting on now. Okay, so we will move on to the charter school digital learning program. Mr. Johnston.
Good morning, Tim Johnston, DESI Charter Unit. Oh, these aren't on.
Okay.
Okay, so we're looking at West Memphis, South Side, and Bentonville.
Correct,
Okay,
at this point. And then we also have 2 charter amendments.
right. We'll just take those 3 for right
Okay.
now. Okay.
I'm not sure, I just called West Memphis. I'm not sure anyone's on the call yet.
Okay.
This is actually some cleanup. This particular consideration for a charter amendment for digital learning program. The Academies of West Memphis was actually included in the district's digital learning program that the state board already approved. And that that slipped through, so then we had to pull the Academies of West Memphis out, and so then the charter authorizing panel approved the Academies of West Memphis digital learning plan this week, and so
Okay.
that's why. So this is just cleaning up.
Okay.
And so they were approved. The charter authorizing panel did approve the digital learning plan. Their charter expires in 2024. And the request was approved for 3 years, since their charter was longer than 3 years, and we've been limiting the digital learning programs for that amount of time.
Okay. All right.
So before you today, we're asking for you to either vote to review the charter panel's decision or not review.
Right. Okay. So these are review or not review, and this one is West Memphis. Is someone from West Memphis on? Okay. Does anyone we'll start with the Zoom attendees. Dr. Rankin, do you have any questions for West Memphis?
You know, I did not have any questions, Madam Chair. I was just going to commend them on something that I had seen with their online instruction where they were talking about campus and district administrators can walk into the online classes virtually throughout any day at any time. And I loved just that personal contact that I was seeing to help keep those students feeling connected to their principals and their administrators, and just for that monitoring and evaluative perspective. I just thought that was terrific. So I was just going to draw that out, but no, other than that, I did not have a specific question for them. I was just going to spotlight that.
Okay, thank you. Ms. McFetridge?
Yes, I was, they also have teachers teaching both virtually and on site at the same time. So I wanted them to just talk to us about that. And also they were only offering their AP courses on site for their 10th through 12th grade. So just curious about that.
Okay.
If somebody is online this morning.
Okay, we'll try to get someone online from West Memphis and try to get, I think we all had maybe some questions for them. So why don't we, since no one is on, we'll move on.
I want to clarify something. This board has already reviewed the West Memphis application and approved it.
Mm-hmm.
You did it in a batch previously. Then it was determined that it was a charter and it had to go through the charter.
Okay.
So you have already questioned West Memphis. I just want to, y'all know
Okay.
you've done a lot.
Okay.
But this board has already voted and approved West Memphis.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay. All right. Did everyone online hear that? Okay. All right. Any, Ms. Woods?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Post?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Sutton?
No questions.
Dr. Moore? Okay, so Ms. McFetridge, do you want to just to hold West Memphis and then we'll come back when someone's online for that?
I think we're fine. It's been reviewed several times, so we're fine. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. So the motion is to review or not to review?
I'll make the motion not to review.
Okay, a motion by Mr. Sutton not to review. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Ms. Woods. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Okay.
Okay, thank you. The other two, had for your consideration to review or not review were the Southside School District. They have a Southside charter at the high school and the junior high. Both charters expire on June 25th, and so the charter authorizing panel approved both sites for 3 years. And the Founders Academy of Bentonville and Founders Academy of West Little Rock, those were both K-6, and the panel approved both of those for a length of 3 years. Their charter does not expire until June of 2028.
Okay. All right, so we're looking at both of these, Southside and Founders Academy. We'll see if any board members have questions. Mr. Sutton?
No questions.
Ms. Post?
No questions.
Ms. Woods?
No, ma'am.
Ms. McFetridge?
No, thank you.
Dr. Rankin?
No questions.
Dr. Hill? Dr. Moore? Okay, so with no questions on either one of those two, do we have a motion to review or not review?
I'll make the motion not to review.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. McFetridge. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Sutton. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
Ms. Hyatt.
The next item on the agenda is the digital learning contingency plan forms for the charter schools. So I know we had a lot of discussion about this at the meeting last week for traditional schools. These forms are the exact same as those, exact same rules apply. A full digital learning plan is due by September 1st. It is just they had to go through the charter panel before they could come to you. So there is a chart that lists all the schools and all the forms are updated, and I'm happy to answer any questions if you have them.
Okay. This is similar to what we did last week for the traditional. This is just going to be for the charters. Dr. Moore? Dr. Hill? Dr. Rankin?
No questions.
Ms. McFetridge?
No questions, thank you.
Ms. Woods?
None from me, thank you.
Ms. Post?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Sutton?
No questions.
Okay. Then we are ready for a motion. Motion to approve or not approve the contingency digital learning plans for charter.
The appropriate motion is review or not review still, just
Still?
it's a charter action, yes ma'am.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry. So the still appropriate motion is to review or not to review?
I'll move to not review.
Okay, Ms. Woods' motion not to review,
I'll second that.
seconded by Dr. Rankin. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So, Mr. Johnson, we're back to you.
Yes, ma'am. The first consideration for a charter amendment is Graduate Arkansas. They are here in person if you have any questions. Katie Hatley is their director. Graduate Arkansas requests approval for an additional campus under the same LEA number to operate a second location. The new location will be accessible on the Arkansas Job Corps campus. Graduate Arkansas also requests an enrollment increase from 275 students to 1,500. The enrollment cap is aimed at increasing space for students from the new campus, increase available seats for virtual participation, and in response to new partnerships with members of the juvenile justice system. Their charter expires in June of 2026, and the charter authorizing panel did approve this, and so in front of you, again, is your decision to whether or not to review or not review.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Hatley? Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad you're here this morning. We'll see if any board members have some questions for you.
Yes,
Dr. Moore?
Yes, good morning.
Good
Thank you
morning.
for being here. I listened to the charter, was that Tuesday, this week?
Yes.
But I wanted to get a little bit of clarification on your relationship with the juvenile justice system. And those students, will they be virtual or will they be in person? It will be a mix.
They will be virtual,
Okay.
mostly, yeah.
And that would be based on referrals from the court system?
Yes, from the judges.
Okay. Now, is your staff, do you have separate staff for in-person or in virtual, or what will that staff and any wraparound services for those students look like?
Well, we're ready to service both, but we wanted to wait before we added additional staff. We already have staff, of course, at the Job Corps Center, but for the virtual staff, we have staff in place, but we wanted to wait to see if we got approval for the increase to add more staff. And I have a student success coach posted right now to
Okay.
help.
And a counselor and other services for those students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Dr. Hill? Dr. Rankin?
No questions.
Ms. McFettridge?
Oh, I don't have a question, but I just really want to sincerely thank you for opening up more opportunities for these students. Really appreciate that very much.
Ms. Woods? She's muted again, Dan. We'll come back, Ms. Woods. Ms. Post?
I have taught for the past 5 years in an alternative high school, so I just wanted to echo my appreciation as well for your efforts to reach these kids.
Thank you.
Ms. Woods, I can see you're back.
Yeah, I'm good. No, I have no questions.
Okay. Mr. Sutton?
No questions.
And I too wanted to echo, I love how even just the talking about students, instead of saying at risk, you're saying at promise. Okay. I love that, and just to give kids that sometimes don't think they have a chance in the world to go above and beyond to work for these students. And so I am very appreciative of your efforts and what you're doing. So yes, thank you so much for what you're doing. We are seeing kids' lives changed, and so we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So our appropriate motion would be to review or not review.
I'll move to not review.
Okay, a motion by Dr. Rankin not to review and a second by Ms. McFettridge. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you.
And keep us updated on the great work.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
want to see how it goes.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Mr. Johnston?
Yes, ma'am. Next, the next charter amendment is for the Driven Virtual Academy in the Pulaski County Special School District. Driven Virtual Academy submitted a charter amendment request to raise their current enrollment cap by 300 students from 500 to 800. Their charter expires in June of 2026. Rachel Blackwell is on the Zoom from the district. If you have any questions.
All right. Ms. Blackwell, are you able to speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. All right. Well, success. Okay. All right. We'll see if any board members have questions for you this morning. This is the Driven Virtual Academy. Mr.
Yes,
Sutton.
I have a question.
Okay. Ms. Post?
I believe, did Mr. Sutton say he had a question?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said you didn't. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Doesn't the request take the amended cap up to 750 versus 800?
I did request.
What? I didn't hear.
She muted her again, so we're working on it.
I can explain that, Mr. Sutton. Actually, Ms. Blackwell, it looks like she's unmuted again.
I am sorry. Our bell rang right above me and it was really loud, so I muted it quickly. I apologize for that. But yeah, so we did request 250, but at the charter authorizing panel meeting on Tuesday, we did request an additional 50 just because of the number of people on our waiting list.
Okay, so the application got amended?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
They were able to, they submitted a paper copy for the 250 students, but then when they were before the charter authorizing panel, they requested that they amend that amendment, and it was allowed.
Okay.
Anything else, Mr. Sutton?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry for getting too big of a rush. Ms.
No,
Post?
fine.
No questions.
Okay. Ms. Woods?
No.
Ms. McFettridge?
No, thank you.
Dr. Rankin?
No questions.
Dr. Hill? Dr. Moore? Okay. I had something, but I went totally blank, so I guess it's okay. All right. I just was curious, with your waiting list and your 300, are you still going to be under the 300 then?
I don't know. Like I mentioned on Tuesday, we probably could fill it more, but at the same time, we know we need to have a cap and we need to have some kind of structure around it. And we definitely would love to have these students in person, just because we know that's probably going to be the best for most of them. But so at 800, we feel like that's what we can handle. We need the staff and everything like that. So that's why we're trying to cap it at some point.
Right. But I guess my question is, are you right at that 800, or are you?
We are. Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
When they enroll in the Driven Academy, are they committed for a 9 weeks, a semester?
They are committed for a semester.
A semester. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. All
Yes.
right. So our motion is to review or not review?
I'll move not to review.
Okay. A motion by Dr. Moore not to review. Mr. Sutton, was that a second?
I'll second it, yeah.
Yes. A second by Mr. Sutton. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so the only thing, okay, Osceola, who do we have on from Osceola?
Dr. Green, Dr. Bryant.
Welcome, Dr. Green. We're sorry
Thank you.
for all the technical difficulties this morning, so hopefully we've got it all worked out.
That's all right, thank you.
Okay, we'll see what board members have questions. Dr. Moore?
No.
Dr. Hill? Dr. Rankin?
No questions.
Ms. McFettridge?
No.
Ms. Post?
No questions.
Mr. Sutton?
No questions.
Ms. Woods? Okay, so I guess I'm the hold up here, but my question is, Dr. Green, could you explain, I know you've got some teachers that are in dual roles, virtual and on-site, face-to-face at this, are they doing that simultaneously, or are they given a separate period for that?
They're separate periods.
Okay, so you don't have any teachers that are teaching both at the same time then?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And then your 512, they have that in a separate period. Do they also have a prep period also?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. That clears up all my questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. So we need a motion for Osceola, and this is to approve. This is not a charter, so this is to either approve or not approve their digital learning plan.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. McFettridge. Do we have a second? Seconded by Dr. Moore. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Dr. Green, for joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, so if I'm not mistaken, that's all of it. So is there any new business? Any public comments? Okay, so I think we are ready for an adjournment. Thank you, Dan, for working through all these technical difficulties, and thank you for everyone that joined us by Zoom, being so patient with us this morning. We really appreciate it. And thank you for the department working so hard on our agenda. We appreciate that also. All right.
Thanks, Ms. Newton.
All right, we'll see you next month unless we decide we need something else between now and then.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Recording stopped.